the 1970s. The South Bronx was burning, buildings crumbled, hope seemed to fade like smoke. This was a place forgotten by many, yet something new was stirring. A raw energy pulsed through the cracked streets. People faced hard times. Landlords torched their own properties for insurance money. The city cut back on essential services. Fire hydrants were often dry. The air itself felt heavy with neglect and despair. But amidst this urban decay, a spirit of resilience was taking root, ready to bloom in the most unexpected ways. Young people saw the world around them. They felt the frustration. They needed an escape. They needed a voice. So they started to create. They used what little they had: old records, broken speakers, their own bodies, their imaginations. This wasn't just about passing time. It was about survival. It was about making something beautiful from the ashes. It was about reclaiming their space, their identity. The streets became their canvas, their stage, their laboratory for a new culture that would soon shake the world. Street dancers found their rhythm on the concrete. They twisted, they spun, they defied gravity. Their movements told stories of struggle, of joy, of defiance. The pavement was their dance floor. The 1980s arrived. Block parties became legendary. Whole communities gathered. Music blasted from towering speaker stacks. The air buzzed with excitement. It was a temporary escape, a celebration of life. Neighbors connected, kids danced freely. The block party was more than just a party, it was a vital social institution. Graffiti artists claimed the city as their gallery. Subway trains became rolling masterpieces. Walls bloomed with vibrant colors and bold letters. This was more than vandalism. It was a visual language. It was a way to be seen, to be heard. Tags were signatures. Elaborate pieces told complex stories. Writers risked arrest to share their art. They were modern-day scribes chronicling their lives and dreams on the urban landscape. Breakdancing exploded. Crews battled for respect. The cypher was the arena. Dancers showcased incredible athleticism. They showed off their unique styles, windmills, flares, headspins. It was a physical manifestation of the music's energy. DJ Kool Herc is often called the father of hip-hop. He came from Jamaica. He brought the sound system culture with him. His parties at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx were legendary. He noticed people loved the instrumental breaks in funk and soul records. So, he used 2 copies of the same record. He extended the break. He called this the merry-go-round. This was groundbreaking. Grandmaster Flash was a technical wizard. He took DJing to another level. He developed new techniques, quick mix theory, cutting, scratching. He treated the turntable like an instrument. He could make it sing. His crew, the Furious Five, added powerful rhymes. Together they were electrifying. Africa Bambaataa was a visionary leader. He founded the Universal Zulu Nation. He wanted to steer young people away from gangs. He promoted peace, love, unity, and having fun. He used hip-hop as a tool for positive change. The late 1980s and early 1990s shone bright. This was hip-hop's golden age. MCs stepped forward. They became the voice. Their lyrics were sharp. Their storytelling was vivid. They talked about life in the city. They addressed social issues. They boasted about their skills. The power of the word became central. Public Enemy was a force of nature. Their music was a call to action. Fight the Power became an anthem. Chuck D's voice boomed with authority. Flavor Flav brought the energy. The Bomb Squad's production was dense and chaotic. It sounded like the streets. Their lyrics challenged the system. They spoke truth to power. They made people think. They were unafraid. Many other giants walked the earth during this era. Rakim, the God MC, amazed with his complex rhyme schemes. Big Daddy Kane was smooth and charismatic. KRS-One, the teacher, dropped knowledge. Eric B. and Rakim, EPMD, A Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, the list goes on. Each artist brought a unique style. Each added to the richness of the culture. Section 5. Coastal Conflicts and Enduring Legacies. Biggie and Tupac. As hip-hop grew, distinct regional sounds emerged. The East Coast had its gritty beats and intricate lyrics. The West Coast brought G-Funk with its laid-back grooves and gangsta narratives. A rivalry began to brew. Some said it was fueled by the media, others felt it was a genuine competition for dominance. This tension created amazing music, but it also had a dark side. The notorious Big, or Biggie Smalls, was the king of New York. His flow was effortless. His storytelling was cinematic. His debut album, Ready to Die, was a masterpiece. He painted vivid pictures of life on the streets of Brooklyn. Tupac Shakur, or Tupac, was a complex and passionate figure. He was a poet, an actor, an activist, and a self-proclaimed thug. His music was raw and emotional. He spoke for the marginalized. He addressed issues of racism, poverty, and police brutality. Albums like All Eyes on Me showcased his incredible talent and charisma. Tupac's energy was infectious. Section 6. New Millennium Masters: Jay-Z, Eminem, and Kanye's reign. The 2000s dawned. Hip-hop was no longer an underground movement. It was a global powerhouse. It dominated the charts. It influenced mainstream culture. New superstars emerged. They built on the foundations laid by the pioneers. The sound of hip-hop continued to evolve. It blended with R&B, pop, and rock. The production became more polished. The ambition grew larger. Jay-Z rose from the Marcy Projects in Brooklyn. He became a symbol of aspiration. His lyrical skills were undeniable. His business acumen was legendary. Albums like The Blueprint cemented his status as one of the greatest. He wasn't just a rapper, he was an entrepreneur. He built Rockefeller Records into an empire. Eminem burst onto the scene. He was a white rapper from Detroit. He had incredible technical skill. His lyrics were often controversial. They were raw and deeply personal. Dr. Dre recognized his talent and signed him. Albums like the Marshall Mathers LP sold millions. Eminem brought a unique perspective to hip-hop. Section 7. The Southern Surge and Global Expansion. The South had something to say. For years, New York and Los Angeles dominated hip-hop, but in the 2000s, the Dirty South rose to prominence. Cities like Atlanta, New Orleans, and Houston became new epicenters. Artists like Outkast, Lil Wayne, T.I., and UGK brought fresh sounds and perspectives. They had their own slang, their own style, their own stories to tell. Southern hip-hop had unique styles. There was bounce music from New Orleans. There was crunk from Atlanta. Later, trap music, also from Atlanta, would take over the world. The production was innovative. Heavy bass lines, skittering hi-hats, and catchy hooks defined the sound. Artists from the South often celebrated their regional pride. They brought a different kind of energy to the game. Hip-hop also went truly global. Artists in countries all over the world embraced the culture. They adapted it to their own languages and experiences. France developed a thriving hip-hop scene. So did the UK, Germany, Japan, and South Korea. Section 8. The Digital Decade: Drake, Kendrick, and Nicki's New Wave. The 2010s were defined by the digital revolution. Streaming services changed how we listen to music. Social media changed how artists connected with fans. A new generation of stars emerged. They understood this new landscape. They used it to their advantage. The old rules of the music industry were being rewritten. Artists could build massive followings independently. The power shifted. Drake from Toronto, Canada, became a global superstar. He blurred the lines between rapping and singing. His music was often emotional and introspective. He dominated the charts with albums like Take Care and Views. Kendrick Lamar, from Compton, California, earned critical acclaim. He was hailed as one of the most important voices of his generation. His lyrics were dense, complex, and socially conscious. Albums like To Pimp a Butterfly and Damn were masterpieces. Nicki Minaj from Queens, New York, broke down barriers for female MCs. She was versatile, charismatic, and unafraid to be bold. Section 9. Hip-hop, now. From TikTok rhythms to digital walls. Today, hip-hop is more diverse than ever. It continues to evolve at a rapid pace. New subgenres pop up constantly. TikTok and other social media platforms have a huge influence. Short video clips can turn unknown songs into global hits overnight. Viral trends shape what people listen to. Some artists cater specifically to these platforms. The way music is discovered and consumed is constantly changing. Dance battles are still a vital part of the culture. They happen in person, in community centers, and on street corners. They also happen online. Dancers from all over the world connect and compete. They share their moves on Instagram and YouTube. The athleticism and creativity are incredible. New styles emerge. Old styles are reinvented. Streetwear is global. Hip-hop's influence on fashion is undeniable. Sneakers are collector's items. Hoodies and graphic tees are staples. Luxury brands collaborate with hip-hop artists. Rappers are style icons.